I've been saved since 2002. Heavily involved in my church in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I was at Calvary Chapel there, and I was asked. I was in seminary at Calvary Chapel when I was asked to come to St. Petersburg, Calvary Chapel on the other side of the state, and run the art department and the print house, the print shop, and also to run a ministry. And I ran the singles ministry there for 6 years. While we were living in St. Pete, we would go down to see my parents who lived in Fort Myers, Florida, about 2 hours away. So one weekend, it was my wife and I and our children in the back. We had 2 children, and we're on our way back from Fort Myers going towards St. Petersburg. It was nighttime. The sun just went down. It's around 8 o'clock. The kids, when you have little kids, they were like, a year old. So they were very, a year and 2 years old. They were very small, very young. As soon as it's dark and you put them in the car, they go right to sleep. So they went to sleep. My wife was a little tired. She said, I'm going to put my head back and see if I can take a nap. She did that. I started praying as I was driving. And as I was praying, I was thanking God for giving us such a wonderful life. I'm looking in the mirror, I see my kids, I see my wife, we have a nice car, I have a job, working for the church, I get to work for the Lord. He's given us a nice house. I was very, just a time of thankfulness to the Lord. And I said, well, even though he gave us all this stuff, it really doesn't matter because it's all going to burn anyway. And I was kind of laughing in this prayer. Instantly, I'm standing in the living room of our house in St. Petersburg. So I went from driving at night to standing in the living room in the daytime in my home. There's no furniture in the house. And as I'm standing there, I'm looking over towards the pass-through area that goes towards into the kitchen. And as I'm looking that way, up around all the walls, I see glittering light, like the way light reflects on the sides of a pool. When the sun comes down through it, makes like diamond patterns and shapes, and they're kind of moving and warbling all over the walls. I'm seeing reflection of light all over the walls. And I said, what in the world is going on? And everything had a light bluish teal tint to it. And I'm freaking out and at this point because I was just driving the car. Now, this is not the first vision I've had, but I didn't realize what was going on at the time until it was over. So, this isn't new, but at the same time, when it happens while you're driving the car, it freaks you out. So I'm looking around the room, and I'm trying to figure out what the light is coming in the room and why I'm standing here, what's going on. As I pan to the left towards the front door, I see about a quarter of the roof is ripped off. And I can see the house is underwater. And there was about 15 feet above the roof line was water. So the house was in about 25 feet of water. I could see we had 2 huge palm trees out in front of our house, and I could see the one palm tree reflection, the reflection of the palm tree above the water, and I can see the light streaming down. As I'm marveling at this, looking straight up, thinking, what is going on? My brain is just wiped at this point. I'm suddenly back in my car. I'm white-knuckling it, I'm driving down the road at probably 75 miles an hour. Don't give me any late tickets, Florida State Police. So I'm driving along. I'm holding the steering wheel, and I'm thinking, I don't even know what just happened to me. It went from nighttime to day, from me driving the car with my family to immediately in my living room underwater. Now, where my house sat in St. Petersburg was, as the realtor told us, it's the second highest location in St. Pete. Because of the height, we didn't need flood insurance. So if you went to that corner, the end of our street, if you look north, south, east, and west, all the streets tapered down. So we were in a location, like if we were at the beach and some event happened, even a hurricane, and it pushed all the water in, I could understand the house maybe being flooded up to the roof line. There's no way where our house was located in St. Pete that we could have been 25 feet underwater. If that's the case, all of Florida would have to be underwater.